What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about the Shiva EX2 fight. This is my team, but first let's look at the fight itself. So here we're against a single enemy, Shiva herself. She is weak to fire damage, and specifically fire magic damage. For sigils, she only has a diamond sigil phase that you may encounter several times. So diamond sigils are great here, but you don't really need diamond sigils. You can just clear this with 3 ATB abilities. For her immunities, she is immune to poison, so we can't use bio here. It doesn't say here, but she's also immune to magic defense down unless she is stunned. So magic defense down is not too useful in this fight, but still can be useful if you use it while she is stunned. And yeah, other than that, oh well, let me add one more thing. So at the beginning of the fight, Shiva will AoE silence your entire team. So it is preferable, but not necessary, to bring Asuna silence, so you can clear the silence if you precast it. Okay, so with that said, let's look at my party, and I'll explain why I chose this party, or how I built this party. So first, let's talk about our DPS. So you need a main fire DPS, magic fire DPS user. And I decided to go with Tifa. You need magic because, first of all, Shiva has higher physical defense than magic defense, and second is Shiva has a force gauge, a bar that you have to clear with fire damage. And if you don't do enough fire damage, she will just kill your team in one hit. So the only way to actually clear that bar is to use fire magic damage because her physical defense is just too high. There are several fire users, such as, I'm using Tifa, but there's also Zac, Aerith. Let me think. I think that's it. You can use Cloud if you have his fire Arcanum and you give him a really strong fire materia. That would be about it. Tifa is the strongest of those options, so I did go with Tifa. I do not have her fire Arcanum, but I did slot her with her lightning Arcanum. The lightning Arcanum is useless, but it does come with boost magic ability potency plus 10, so that will increase her fire magic damage. In her main hand, she is using Shell Knuckles. This is her fire magic DPS weapon. Mine is only OB1, but OB1 is really all you need. You may be able to do it even on OB0 if you have really strong sub-weapons. But my sub-weapons are pretty good, and I think OB1 is a good place to try this fight with. Shell Knuckles at OB1 does 620% fire magic damage. When Tifa is 70% HP or more, this is increased by 1.2, so it's more than 700% fire magic damage. Obviously, if you have it at OB6, it's better. OB10, of course, this fight will be easy for you. But yeah, I'm using her Shell Knuckles, and in her offhand, I gave her Power Soul, which is going to make her tanky. It's going to give her some HP and more damage with the magic ability potency. Summons, we want to do fire damage, so I gave her Ifrit to do fire damage. This does not clear her force gauge, so this is only here for damage. And during certain parts of the fight, Shiva will be stunned, and when Shiva is stunned, her defenses are decreased by a lot. So that is the perfect time to use Ifrit, just for a lot of damage to finish the fight quicker. For materia don't really matter for your DPS. These are just stat sticks, giving her magic attack. but I do want to give her at least one attacking materia. So it could be anything. It could be a ruin, it could be a fire materia, it could be a thunder materia. You need one attacking materia, because remember I said there is a diamond sigil phase, and if you want to clear diamond sigils and you don't have a diamond weapon, you need to use 3 ATB skills. If you use 4 ATB skills, you will not clear it in time. So that's why I make sure at least one of my materia is a ruin. But also try to have your materia be a magic attack stat stick. For her sub-equipment, these two are just increasing her, her magic attack and more magic ability potency, so increasing her damage. The last slot is Glen's Infernal Grave. This is also giving her some damage. It's giving her 22 points in boost attack, but more importantly, this is giving her 40 points in ice resist. Defense is very important in this fight because Shiva does a lot of damage, and it's not really avoidable. I mean, she does several special attacks, AoE special attacks, and also AoE normal attacks. So everyone in your party will get hit, so everyone in your party does need some defense. So you see I'm giving Tifa HP from Power Soul and Ice Resist from Infernal Grave. Oh, sorry, and then let me just show you the stats so you can compare to your DPS to see if your DPS is enough. So my Tifa has 5,500 magic attack. For her R abilities, she is, no fire arcanum, but she has boost fire potency, level 2, and boost magic ability potency. I believe this is max. Yeah, max at level 7. So those are her 2 damage R abilities here. If you're interested in defense as well, she has 10,400 HP, 163 magic defense, and level 3 ice resist in the R ability. Okay, so Tifa's job is very simple for this fight. It's just to keep using shell knuckles, keep doing fire damage, except during the diamond sigil phase where she will use a ruin materia. Next, let's go on to red. So red 13 is here as our debuffer. So in the main hand, he's using Ivy Collar. This is to decrease Shiva's fire resist. That's all it's really here for. It does give red a little bit of damage. It's giving him some, attack and ability potency. And it does have a attack boost fire materia slot. So red can do a little bit of fire damage, but really it's just here for fire resist down. In the offhand, red is using Junk Collar, which is going to decrease Shiva's magic attack, and this is very important because Shiva is not immune to magic attack, and Shiva only does magic damage, so decreasing her magic attack is going to help your party survive. For Limit Break, I gave him Stardust Ray because during some parts of the fight, Shiva will have increased magic attack. So Stardust Ray is the easiest way to clear her magic attack, and then after you clear her magic attack, then you can bring it down to negative with the Junk Collar. And this is just a Water Blow is just a stat stick. Giving red, 12 magic defense stat stick, so magic defense is important for this fight. Here is the Asuna Silence, so I give red 13 the Asuna Silence. You only, well, depends on depends on how the fight goes, and depends on what party you're using and what weapons. So for me, at least, I only needed to clear silence at the beginning of the fight, but later on, Shiva will silence your party, multiple times, not only at the beginning, but later on there are ways to manage that without using Healing Asuna Silence. At the beginning of the fight, you do want to use Healing Asuna Silence, just so you can prepare for her first special attack. So that's why this is here. It's hard to explain in words, so later I'll show you the fight and you can see how I use Healing Asuna Silence. Yeah. And then last, I did give red a fire materia. Remember, he does have he does do some damage with these R abilities, and then he does have the boost fire attack in the 3rd slot. So If red has ATB, which he rarely does have free ATB, but if he does, he can contribute a little bit of fire damage. This fire is also great for killing the diamond sigils. I mean, you know, the water blow could also clear diamond sigils, but fire is just better, right? Because Shiva is weak to fire, so might as well damage Shiva at the same time as you clear her diamond sigils. And then for sub equipment, red is red is the debuffer, so he does some damage with Ivy Color, but I don't really care about his damage. You can see his magic attack is only 3,000. So really, red is, I want him to be my buff debuffer, my tank. I want him to be tanky. So this is not for tank, but I gave him Protector's Blade, which is going to boost Tifa's magic attack. And then these two items are these two weapons are making red tanky. So he's getting Bahamut Knuckles, which is increasing his magic defense and his HP. And he's getting Ifrit's Sword again, which is boosting more HP and then giving him ice resist. So he's quite tanky. He has 10,600 HP. He has 222 magic defense. And he has level 3 ice resist. So he's pretty tanky. And yeah, he's here to debuff. And last we have the healer, Aerith. So Aerith is here to heal. Okay, so she's got her Kimura dress, which is boosting heal and buff to buff extension. She's main handing Umbrella, which is going to boost magic defense to the entire team. The Umbrella also has a Cure All slot in the 3rd slot, so it is also serving as a healing weapon, an AoE healing weapon. And it not only serves as an AoE healing weapon, the main ability, the C ability, is a single target heal. Heals a lot, 100% healing potency to a single target. So this Umbrella is doing a lot. It's increasing magic defense of everybody. It can cure everybody, and it can cure a single target. Really great weapon for this fight. In the offhand, she's using Kimura Wand. Kimura Wand is here just for this part. So when Aerith is 70% or more, she's going to increase the entire team's magic defense. So remember, Shiva does only magic damage, so you need some way to increase your team's magic defense, and that's why I'm using Kimura Wand. For the limit breaks, she's using Breath of the Earth. This is heals a good amount to your entire team, but also it removes magic defense down, and during some parts of the fight, Shiva will decrease your team's magic defense. So Breath of the Earth is a great way to clear that, and then you can use Kimura Wand after to increase your magic defense. Materia, Aerith is using one attacking materia, right? Remember, this is for the diamond sigils. And I chose fire because, well, fire is good, but also this one has this is a healing stat stick at the same time. So it doesn't have to be fire. It could be, remember, anything that does 3 ATB. It could be a ruin. It could even be ice. But yeah, this is for clearing diamond sigils. The second this is just a stat stick. And then last I talked about is she's using Cura in the 3rd slot of Umbrella that will cure the entire team. For sub equipment, just like red, she is using a boost magic attack all allies sub weapon. This is to increase Tifa's magic attack. And then these two are healing sub weapons, so boost healing, and then also boost buff debuff extension, which is nice. So if you want to look at Aerith's stats, she has 10,600 HP. She has 175 magic defense. She has 3,100 heal. She has level 4 buff debuff extension and also level 1 buff debuff extension plus. These are separate R abilities and they do stack. So you can say it's about level 5 buff debuff extension. Yeah. Okay, so that's the party. Okay, so to summarize what you need for this fight, you need a fire magic DPS. So that's Tifa. You need you need fire resist down. Most people will need fire resist down. Maybe if you have an OB10 Shell Knuckles, you might not need it. But even then, it's good to have fire resist down. That will increase your damage by a lot. So you need some sorts of fire resist down. That is your offense. For defense, you want to increase your team's magic defense, your entire team's magic defense. You also want to decrease Shiva's magic attack. And you also want to build your team to have some ice resist, some HP, and some magic defense. And yeah, if you have all those things, then you should be ready for the fight. And now I'll show you the fight.